All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to go over reporting and dashboards for sales teams on HubSpot. Okay, many of these reports and many of these dashboards we've been told are not possible, but for some reason we're able to do it with every single one of our clients. So I wanted to bring this to light, show you guys what's possible, and yeah, some of these reports will definitely blow your mind because they're good. So before I do that, before I jump into these dashboards and really show you kind of all of the different dashboards that you must have if you're running a sales team on HubSpot, I got to go over some of the foundation that allows this to make reporting even possible in HubSpot. All right, so when we're talking about HubSpot reports, reporting is one of the number one telltale signs of how well you actually are leveraging the system you're on, or for example, HubSpot, right? It also tells us whenever we're looking at an account how well it's actually put together. So how organized it is, how well the sales process is built out, how well they're tracking entry points, right? All of these different parameters. And if you want really good reporting, you need to have a really good structure and foundational build done, okay? You cannot just build reactionally all the way through your HubSpot environment, have a bunch of different stuff firing, workflows all over the place, different properties for all different types of stuff, and expect to have good, clean reporting, okay? It's not possible. Another thing that I want to point out is that some of these reports are built through data sets, okay? So formulas that we actually go in and create, right? This property divided by this property times this property that only has this associated, right, etc. So some of these reports you are absolutely going to need Operations Hub, and some of these reports you'll be able to either get with Sales or Marketing Hub, okay? Most of what we do is off of professional level across the board with Operations Hub at Enterprise, okay? In some cases, some of these dashboards are Enterprise bundles, okay? A lot of these reports, though, they will be available if you have a pro marketing, pro sales environment, okay? So that being said, let's dive in. I'm going to go over a few pieces. I'm going to show you the dashboards. This video will be something that we build off of. If you guys want to see specific dashboards built live, so me walking through what type of reports they are, how they're built out. Actually, let me just drop in and show you guys exactly how all this documentation works and take you step by step by step, what properties, what type of reports, how you need to filter them, how these are actually set up, because these are quite complicated if you don't know what you're doing, right? Some of them are very easy, but it does require a lot of experience and understanding on how HubSpot works and how marketing works with sales, how sales works with the reports and the dashboards, and how to accurately filter what types of reports to use, etc. Okay, so what we're specifically going to go through is we're going to go through the sales manager today, this week, this month. We're going to go through the setter team dashboard. We're going to go through the closer team dashboard. We're going to go through the leaderboard competition setup style, and then we're going to go through commissions and reporting, bonuses, forecasting. Okay, so with all of that being said, let me jump over to the next screen and let's dive in. All right, guys. So there's a couple different reports that we're going to touch on, like I said, and I'm going to go through one by one and how we kind of use them. All right. So this is going to be your sales manager today, this week, this month report, which I find super useful. Our clients and their sales directors and even the CEOs absolutely love it. It's very, very straightforward. So in this report, we're tracking our cash collected versus last month, which is going to be that tan line or that, shaded line versus our goal. You're going to be able to see the total booked meetings today, right? So how many we actually got booked today, not that are scheduled for today. Okay, up or down from the day before. You're going to be able to see this week versus last week, this month versus last month. You're going to be able to see all of the sets broken down to which closer they're booked with. Okay, you're going to be able to see the overall show rate, close rate, DQ rate, etc. for today, for this week, for this month. You're going to be able to see all of the completed basically dispositions. So again, by closer. Okay, so we're going to be able to go into each closer. We're going to see all of the appointments they've taken today, how many are still scheduled to happen, how many no-showed, how many canceled, how many were qualified, how many have invoices in hand, red zone, right? How many we closed. So we can see our close rates, show rates, all that stuff for today, this week, this month, broken down by closer. Okay, all of our cash collected today, this month, today, this week, this month, broken basically down by percentage up or down from today versus yesterday or yesterday versus today, right? We've got our cash collected by closer today, this week, this month. We've got our DPL, so average deal size, okay? Or sorry, not average deal size. DPL, which is revenue generated per deal created, okay? Today, this week, this month. And we've got our average deal amount today, this week, this month. Again, deal amounts by reps, right? The next report, and this is really just so we can get a read on kind of what's happening today, this week, this month. This is more of a drill down report, something that you're going to use maybe a few times a week, right? The next one we have is our closer team. So this is our cash collected this month so far. Here's our DPL for the closers, right? We've got our cash collection leaderboard. We have our DPL leaderboard, okay? We have our overall close rate versus individual close rates up or down from the previous month. Okay, we have our average deal size per rep. We have all of our deals that have not been dispoed correctly. So this report is super helpful, and it's a longer thing that maybe I can make a video around at a later date. This report allows us every single morning to go in and see who did not move their deals. Okay, so if a meeting happened, right, the meeting time, for example, it's 1:20 right now. Let's say I had a meeting at 1, but I didn't move it out of the closing call booked deal stage, right? It would populate in this report because the meeting start time and end date or end time have passed, which then would also notify me about 2 or 3 hours later, making sure that I moved the deal so our reporting is accurate and so that I don't have to be a pipeline police type sales manager, okay? Then we have our live call attribution. We have our meetings and outcomes, again, percentage breakdown. Our strategy, no demo cancel type. So what the cancel types are: reasoning, ghosted, rescheduled, we canceled, they canceled, right? Count of cash, this is a clone from the one above. Deals created, CC by product, so cash collected by product, right? And then we have our follow-up, so payment plans, stuff along those lines, and basically our denominator of DPL, right? Now, going beyond that, we have our sales leaderboard. This is our daily cash collection. We have our cash collected again versus goal compared to this month. We have our red zone, so all deals that have invoices in hand, deposits made, or verbal commitment with follow-up scheduled, right? We have our strategy calls booked, so this is the closers and all of their show rates, close rates, right? Cash collection, again, some more other calls. This is a very, very important report. So the way that we set everything up is P1, P2, P3 for our setting team, which is basically 0 to 5 days, 6 to 15, and 16 to 30, right? Just as an example. Right? And this tells us how many contacts they have in those variables, in those time variables, how many calls they make on those contacts, right? While they're in that time variable, what the average number of times they are actually contacting those leads in those time variables, and the average time it takes, right? In the first 10 days, right? For when they get delegated that lead to book a call, right? Average, right? If you see between 0 to 10 days compared to 10 to 90, right? Those numbers jump dramatically, obviously, but it's a great number to know, and it helps us make decisions on if our team's at capacity, right? If they're under capacity, if we need to hire more, who's doing a good job on the front side but not a good job on the back side, etc., right? Setting team volume, we have all of our closing call sets by setter, obviously, and then their breakdown, so their percentage of show rate, close rate, all of this good stuff broken down. Then we have our sales team setter board, which is cash collection today versus yesterday, this week versus last week, this month versus last month. We have inbound versus outbound, which is if people went to a VSL and they booked a discovery call to a setter compared to somebody opting in, not booking call, and us going out after them and booking, right? We have our no-show percentage for this month overall. Cash collection today, this week, this month, again, broken down by program. Show rates, leaderboard, contract value, goes on and on and on, okay? Now, there's a few other reports that are really, really useful, like source-based, right? So in this board, we're breaking it down by source. So we've got organic, we've got paid, we've got affiliate, right? All broken down by source, so we can see our close rates and show rates for organic versus paid, right? Or this campaign versus that campaign, right? In this one, this is a little bit of a different company, but we're tracking our average deal value, right? Our down payment amount, and then our unit per price sold. Right? Today's revenue versus last week's revenue versus this month's revenue, our net revenue versus our gross revenue, right? And it kind of breaks down as such. Again, another leaderboard style. It's showing the percentage of sets based by rep, right? Overall show rates, close rates, all of our DQ or deal lost reasons so that we can track it. And so we can put in some better emails or front end kind of nurture stuff, right? Maybe make some new videos to help nurture. And then we've got our commission, So for this company in specific, right, they are basically on a tier. So at 50K, they get 5%. At 150K, they get 6%. At 200K, they get 7%. At this number, they get this number and this number and this number. And they also have bonuses that are all calculated in here. So this is, for example, a data set report. Okay. So this is the cash collection. This is the total aggregate across their bonuses as well as their follow-up payments. So, payment plans, right? And their commissions. Okay. Then we have additional payments, and then we have our setter tiered commission. So same thing for them. They have tiered commission, but they also have to have a show rate above a certain percentage to get those tiers. Okay, so again, a data set, right? Down below, we have the setters, okay, average booking score. Okay, so whenever a setter books a call, the closer always sets a score based on how well the call came in. They showed up on time, they were prepped, it was a great candidate, they fed our ICP, right? They get average scores so we can track how well our setters are actually setting appointments, and so on and so forth, okay? So you can absolutely do some very, very awesome things directly inside HubSpot, okay? In terms of reporting, this stuff is custom. You can get very intricate with it, okay? This reporting, everything that I'm showing you, took us about 60 days to actually get put together for a brand new client, brand new into HubSpot, which was an awesome project. And yes, they've been able to make decisions that have drastically increased the revenue and allowed them to make decisions around their team, their process. Now they're in the tuning, tweaking, optimizing phase because they have visibility. They can make decisions. And overall, they can view their business from a sales component. Marketing reports and client success reports are also extremely important. I'll do a video on each one of those at a later date. If you have any questions around this, feel free to comment below. If you want to get this stuff set up for yourself, right, and you want us to come in and actually do it for you, you can click the link somewhere below this video. It will absolutely, and actually let me get out of this view quick for you guys. There we go. As I was saying, if you guys need help with this, there's going to be a link below. You can click it. You'll learn more about who we are, what we do, why we love HubSpot. We're nerds. This is all we do every day, every month, every year. We've been doing this since about 2020, 2021, and we've ran and helped exit many, many different sales teams, and we've done hundreds of these projects. So if you want to get this done quickly, go ahead and book the link or click the link below. You'll be able to fill out an application. There's going to be a video, etc. You can learn more about how to do this, and we'd love to take you through this in a much more in-depth process. If you want us to make videos around building these reports step by step by step so you can learn and get more experience with this, just go ahead and comment below and type in sales team reporting. Depending on how much engagement this gets, we will absolutely start making those videos for you guys. Again, if you got value, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.